Okay, so this tutorial today is for a crochet slouchy hat, and excuse me, I'm going to be using a 5mm crochet hook, and I'm just using Red Heart yarn. So the first thing we're going to do is start out by making our loop. So you're just going to wrap it around your finger, push a little piece through and pull it so you have your little loop. Put your hook in. And we're going to chain 70. Now I'm making an adult size, so to get a more accurate, this is the part that we're going to do right now is the part that's going to go around your head. It's going to be the brim of the hat. So if you're making it for, you know, any other size, like a child size or anything like that, or if you're concerned about the sizing, you can go ahead and check my size chart. If you're watching this, if you found this on YouTube, you can click on the link in the description below. If you are on DIYfromhome.com right now, then go in the tabs and look for the hat size chart. So you're going to want to measure out the circumference of the hat to get the proper size, okay? So as I said, I'm going to chain 70. I'm doing an adult size. Oh, sorry, I can't grip it. One. So to do a chain, for those of you who are not too familiar, you're just going to yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over, pull it through. You're just going to keep on doing that until you reach the length that you need to be able to wrap it around your head. So for an adult size, like I said, I'm going to chain 70, but if you want to go by measurements, then definitely check the size chart and just have your measuring tape ready. And like I said, this will be for the circumference measurement. Okay, so go ahead and make your chain as long as you need it and then come back. Okay, so now that you've got your chain, you're just going to start right up here by the hook. And what you want to do is just run your thumb along it to make sure that it does not twist, because we're going to attach the ends together. Okay, so now you've got it in one big ring, and like I said, you want to make sure that it did not twist. Okay, so now in each chain all the way around, we are going to do a single crochet. So I'm going to do a few, just for those of you who might not be familiar with single crochet. Okay, so we're going to do single crochets all the way around. You're going to push it through, pull up a loop. So now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through both, and that's a single crochet. Okay, so let's do another. Just push it through, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull it through both loops. Put your hook through the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So you're going to go ahead and do those single crochets all the way around and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished doing your single crochet in all of your chains all the way around, we are going to continue on doing single crochets, but that first round was into your chain. So we're now going to do them into a stitch. For those of you that are not too familiar, might be new to crochet, I'm just going to do a couple with you. So when you look on your stitches from the top, you're going to see this little shape. It's kind of doubled up there. You're going to push your hook through both. Let's see if you can see that okay. You're going to push it right through, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. So you're literally just going to continue doing the same kind of stitch you just did. I just want to show you how it looks going through a stitch. Okay, so you're going to, again, we go through, when you look from the top there, the full stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. So push it through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. So you're going to go ahead and do that. You're just going to do single crochets all the way around. I would suggest using a little stitch marker. Probably your tail will be a good marker for you to know when you got back to the beginning. We're going to do a total of 6 rounds of single crochet and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished your 6 rounds, in your last, well actually it'll be the first stitch of your last round, you're going to do a slip stitch, and this is what's going to make you end these rounds of single crochet. Okay, so now our next step, we are going to chain 2, and we're going to do a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, push your hook through the chain, through the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. That's a double crochet. Okay, so let's do another one in the next stitch. You're going to yarn over, push through your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next. So we're going to just continue on doing these double crochets. Now, if you are new to crochet, if you're following these stitches okay and you feel comfortable, then of course keep going. If you're having a hard time and you'd like the stitches slowed down and just kind of an opportunity to learn some of these stitches first, I do have a free crochet lesson video on my YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and have a look at that. Okay, so what you're going to do is just keep on going all the way around, doing 1 double crochet in every stitch, all the way around, and then come back. Okay, so when you get back to the beginning, here is your chain 2. You are going to close this round with a slip stitch into the top of your chain 2. So there is your first chain, there's the top of it. You're going to push your hook in, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Okay, now you're going to start your next round with a chain 2. Sorry about that. Okay, so in this first stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. So it's going to be just like what we just did all the way around. Let me just fix that. Okay. Now the next one, we're going to do a front post double crochet. So you're going to yarn over. Okay. And now you're going to push your hook in and bring it behind that. So let me show you again. So you see how here you have your stitch, okay, for your double crochet. This is the post of the next one. Okay, so here's the stitch. So here's your double crochet. You're going to skip this stitch and go to the post instead, and you're going to do a front post double crochet. See how that works? So it's like you're bringing this double crochet up in front here, okay? In the very next stitch, you're going to do a double crochet. Okay? And now this post belongs to this stitch. So you're going to skip that stitch and go to the next post and do a front post double crochet. Then in the very next stitch, you're going to do your double crochet and then another front post double crochet. You see how that's beginning to look there? So go do that all the way around and then come back. Okay, so now that you've reached the end of that round, your second round, you are going to close that with a slip stitch in the top of your chain 2. Okay, and then you're going to chain 2 again. Now, when you're looking at the row that you just did, you'll be able to tell just by looking at it which one was a double crochet, which one was a front post, because you can see the front post is a little bit more forward, and you can see the one that was a double crochet is in a stitch. All of these ones that were a double crochet in a stitch will become a front post double crochet in the next round. So it's going to go in kind of a pattern, alternating, okay? So I'll show you. You're going to do this one. Sorry, you're going to start off by doing a front post double crochet in here. Okay. And then in the next stitch, you're going to do a double crochet into the actual stitch. Then you're going to skip that because this stitch belongs to that post. So now you're going to go in here and do a front post double crochet. So you're bringing that one forward now. And then in the stitch, you're going to do a double crochet. Oops. So you can see the way that it's going to take shape, and it sort of just alternates as you go. So you skip that front post and you're going to make this one a front post now. And then a double crochet in the stitch. So you're just going to continue on with this pattern just the way that I've showed you, and you're going to do it until your hat reaches 10 inches from, right from the edge here, right from the brim all the way up. So when it reaches 10 inches, then come back. Okay, so now that you've closed your last round, we're going to do a round of single crochet decrease. So you're going to chain one, and you are going to do a single crochet in the first stitch, and then you're going to do a single crochet decrease. So you push your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, and then push your hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop. So now we're going to take these two stitches and turn them into one. So yarn over and pull through all three, and that's a single crochet decrease. Okay, so then in the following stitch you'll do a single crochet and then another single crochet decrease. So pull up a loop, push it through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all three. So you're going to follow that all the way around. You're going to alternate single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished that round of single crochet decrease, you close your round just like you've done with every other, chain one. Now what we're going to do is 2 rounds of just single crochet. So into each stitch, bless you honey, into each stitch we're going to do a single crochet, and you're just going to do that all the way around. I got a little tangle happening. Okay, so 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and then come back. Okay, so now that you've done 2 rounds of single crochet, we're going to do another round of single crochet decrease. So in our first stitch we're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do a single crochet decrease. Okay, then single crochet, and then single crochet decrease. And we're going to do that all the way around and then come back. Okay, so now that you've finished that last round of single crochet decrease, you're going to chain 1 and do 1 more round of single crochet, all the way around, and then close with a slip stitch and come back. Okay, so now that you've closed that last round, you're going to pull a long tail through, snip that and come back. You're going to pull a long tail through, snip the end of your yarn, I just did, and then turn your hat inside out, pull that yarn through. So now your hat's inside out and you have your yarn through. And then what you're going to do is thread your yarn needle. Knock it off. Okay, you're going to thread your yarn needle. And you're going to weave it through every few stitches around the edge. So I do it like every 3 to 4. It doesn't have to be an exact amount. Just pull it through. You're just going to keep on going all the way around. You'll see why in a second that I'm doing this whole part on the video. But you're just going to keep on going through until you get back to the beginning where you started, and I'm almost there. Okay, almost. There we go. So now you're going to take your string, or your yarn, sorry, and just pull. And see, it's going to close it almost completely on the top. Then you're going to take your yarn needle and push it right through to seal that little top there. And I just go in and out a few times to make it really secure. Okay, then you're going to snip that. I can't find my scissors, so don't mind this. I'm using nail clippers. And push it back through right side in. And that's how the top of your hat will look. And this is the back where your seam is, and you can take your yarn needle and hide that tail through some of the stitches along the edge. And that's it.